So let's get some more reaction to the sad news that the opera singer Luciano Pavarotti has died. Philip Blake-Jones is the artistic director of London Festival Opera. He's in our central London studio for us this morning. Philip Blake-Jones, what are your feelings on hearing this news?
Well, it's a very sad moment indeed. The singers of the calibre of Pavarotti are very rare.
Well, yes, what made him so extraordinary in your view?
Well, he had the most beautiful sound. The sound came from a perfect technique, and that technique enabled him to literally, the voice just poured out of him, straight from his heart, and the effect on the listener was very intense and very moving. I heard one of his latter performances at Covent Garden, and when he started his first aria, you could feel that everyone in the audience knew they were listening to something really great.
A lot of people this morning have talked about his ability to bring opera to people who normally wouldn't get opera, and to an audience of much younger people than a traditional opera audience. What was it about him that managed to achieve that?
Well, he had a larger-than-life personality, and this quality that I mentioned, that the sound literally came from his heart, touched people of all ages. Obviously through the Nessun Dorma that was used for the World Cup, this was a wonderful vehicle to open the door to opera for people that would not normally be exposed to it.
Well, yes, let's expand on that a little bit more, because that really is where he started that sort of extraordinary, he became like a pop star, didn't he, after the 1990 World Cup. How crucial do you think that moment was?
I think it was a very important moment. Nessun Dorma is a most wonderful aria, and there's this misconception that opera is some kind of elitist entertainment. It isn't. It's exciting, it's passionate, and through the vehicle of his wonderful voice and his big personality, he struck a chord with, I guess, the man in the street, and showed them that opera is this most wonderful entertainment.
Did people in the opera world mind when they saw the three tenors on a football pitch? Did they feel that it was diluting a high art? Was there any disgruntlement about figures such as Pavarotti becoming pop stars to the masses?
There was some reaction in the opera world, but people, personally, I think that opera should be exposed to as many people as possible. There are still the people that are going to go to the Royal Opera House, the purists, but why shouldn't opera be opened up to absolutely everybody? Why shouldn't Pavarotti be the star to the world that he was to the people in the opera world?
You talked about his singing voice, you talked about him having perfect technique, and I think, if I'm right, you're a singer yourself, you're a baritone, is that right?
That's right.
So you talk about perfect technique, was that trained or was it God-given? Was it a natural talent that he had?
I think he obviously had a naturally beautiful voice, but the Italian technique, it's known as bel canto, which means beautiful singing. This is an Italian approach of singing that works with the voice pouring out. There are techniques, inhalare la voce, inhaling the voice. These techniques surely helped him, and listening to his voice, for all singers, it's an absolute inspiration technically. You can see he just stands there, and no facial contortions. The voice literally pours out of him and moves you intensely.
Very briefly, can you sum up what kind of legacy he's left for opera?
Well, fortunately, we have the wonderful recordings, we have the DVDs, which will go on forever. That's his legacy to us. We can listen to those forever and ever.
Philip Blake-Jones, thank you.
Pleasure.